Your morning news now. The White House is falling short of its vaccine goal partially because only 47% of 18 to 24-year-olds have gotten at least one dose. Those younger adults make up an increasing number of COVID-19 hospitalizations, with many having the Delta strain of the virus. Officials continue to look for new ways to reach people, with pop-up vaccination clinics appearing in many areas. The U.S. is currently seeing about 10,000 new COVID cases per day.
Democrats will never let this voter suppression be swept under the rug.
With the Senate chamber divided, the For the People Voting Rights Act was successfully blocked by Republicans. The bill fell significantly short of the required 60-vote threshold required to defeat a Republican filibuster. The For the People Act would have expanded automatic voter registration and early voting, end gerrymandering, and make Election Day a national holiday. That push for a federal voting rights law comes as 48 states are considering nearly 400 Republican-backed bills that some say restrict voting. Residents near an Illinois chemical plant that exploded last week are taking the company to court. Some who live in Rockton are filing 2 class action lawsuits saying they want answers about what pollutants were released into the air during the June 14th explosion. Plaintiffs in one of the suits allege that CHEMTOOL was negligent and failed to exercise reasonable care to prevent fires from happening.
Clouds are starting to break up on CityCam 8 this morning. 64 at the La Crosse Airport. Temperatures across the region are much higher than they were this time yesterday, with most of us hitting those 50 to 60 degree temperatures. Throughout the day, we will see these dew points start to rise, and we're going to have some stronger winds coming from the south. Now, our high today is going to be 86, and we will be partly cloudy to mostly sunny out there throughout the day.
The number of people stopped from buying guns through the U.S. background check system hit an all-time high of more than 300,000 last year, amid a surge of firearms sales. That's according to new records obtained by the group Every Town for Gun Safety. The FBI numbers show the background checks blocked nearly twice as many gun sales in 2020 as in the year before. About 42% of those denials were because the buyers had felony convictions on their records. Trumpereau County will not become a Second Amendment sanctuary. The county board rejected the resolution to declare the county a sanctuary in a 12-4 vote. Now, the move is largely symbolic. Another amendment to send the sanctuary status to referendum was also voted down by a 9-8 vote.
The more experience that you can provide your team before they head out on their own to drive solo, the safer they and everyone else sharing the road with them will be.
A bill allowing people to get their instructional permit at 15 years old instead of 15 and a half now heads to Governor Tony Evers' desk after being unanimously approved by the state assembly. Drivers with a temporary permit still have to be at least 16 to get their driver's license. The bill also increases the amount of required behind-the-wheel driving hours from 30 to 50. The Wisconsin Assembly is pushing a bill that would create a new $10 million grant program to help communities clean up contamination from dangerous chemicals known as PFAS. However, it also bans those communities from suing those responsible for the pollution. The Republican-backed measure is supported by Wisconsin Manufacturers and Commerce. A representative for the group says the measure would help address the harm caused by PFAS while protecting businesses and local governments. The bill must also pass the Senate and be signed by Governor Tony Evers before becoming law. Wisconsin schools will not have to pay for COVID-19 testing during the next school year. In their announcement, Governor Evers and the Department of Health Services say this plan will make it easier for K-12, public, private, and independent charter schools to offer testing. The governor says testing is the best way to reduce the spread of COVID-19 until vaccines are available to all age groups. Participation is voluntary and testing is free of charge. The Diocese of La Crosse says it's time to come back to Mass. Bishop William Patrick Callahan is lifting the current dispensation of the Sunday Mass and Holy Days of obligation for the diocese beginning this Saturday and Sunday. That exemption from Sunday Mass started in March of 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Those who still have reasonable cause to miss Mass, like illness or disability, are excused.
Well, today we'll start off with those thicker clouds, but those will start to disperse later this morning. Temperatures rise throughout the day, hitting our high of 86 later this afternoon into this evening. Pretty seasonable throughout the day. Usually this time of year we hit about 84 degrees, and now we will have some strong southerly winds with some reaching gusts up to 20 miles per hour. But tonight we will start to cool back down. Those clouds will start to clear up. We do hit a low of 71 degrees with some chances of thunderstorms very late overnight and into tomorrow morning.
We want to thank you for sharing your morning with us. We hope you have a great Wednesday, and we'll look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow morning.